community is that they're going to create an online product slash app slash place for us to sort of put little mini, what I would call experiences, courses, classes, whatever you guys want to call them. And in this context is an opportunity to create sort of a taste and a flavor for what you're offering inside of the Nurture community, but as well create something that's going to empower the people who aren't able to see you every day or are having struggles. They can go to this app and scroll and find the exact expert that they need to find results, to find answers, and to be able to start really working for and on themselves. And what I really feel in my bones is going to come out of this app and come out of this experience for the people that we have is that we're all going to get to do our work with these clients when we're one-to-one with them on such a deeper, higher level than having to start at the very beginning of this. We're going to be able to like really dive in and jump in with them into sort of the deep end of our expertise because they will have had an opportunity to work with us at this sort of beginning space. So what we're going to work through and talk through today are sort of the things that you're going to need in your back pocket to create a mini course. And then we're going to workshop sort of what a sales page looks like and what the outline of your product is going to look like that we're then going to produce. Throughout this, I'm going to share with you how I'll continue to support each of you along this journey. And so if you have questions, concerns, or just want to workshop some of this, I'll be making times available throughout the coming weeks so that you guys have continued support throughout. So with that, I'm going to just share with you guys my screen, and we are going to just do a little PowerPoint. The reason I'm doing it this way is because I really want to show you, whoa, whoopsie, hold on. I really want to show you guys the best ways that you can use the products that are in front of you to create your programming. So here is our little slideshow. So you can go to canva.com and get all of these templates to create this, and we'll speak a bit about that as well. So what I want you to prepare to expect in this presentation is we're going to create a list of things that you need to create content out of. So you'll want to take some notes here. You're going to learn how to create and design a course. And we're going to really workshop out what the problem that you really want to focus on inside of this space. What's the problem that your clients are having when they're not with you? And the solution you can offer them within a little mini course. And then we're also going to talk about creating accountability in an online space, and then how I can further help you. So the first and foremost is there's three different sort of aspects to creating an online course. One is video, two is workbook, and three is sort of that lecture recording, meditation, voiceover work. So in the video, which is what we're using right now, it's perfect for creating presentations. It's a great communication tool that can be used for classes, entertainment, teaching techniques for and to your clients. So for those of you who are scared of video, this is a great tool as well because you can add this sort of PowerPoint experience so that you can get more information out to them and hide behind the camera. But for those of you who are teaching classes, workshops, in the workout facility, or you're teaching some hands-on modalities, then video is going to be the best way to show your clients how to. And it's super entertaining, and it gives them the know, like, trust experience right away with you. They get to see you, feel you, and experience you in this way. And it creates a lifelong relationship right off the bat. We're going to talk about how to build out a workbook. Workbooks are really, really, really impactful and empowering for people because many of us are very tactile. So video is that audible and visual learning, but the workbook really helps for the action-related people who need that tactile experience, that hands-on experience. The workbook gives them the opportunity to write notes, to journal, to answer Q&As, and then as well, for those who really like information, it gives them a way to take information with them. Some of us can hear and listen, but some of us also need to read information and want to keep it and hold it for ourselves. It creates an empowerment knowing that we have it at our fingertips. And then in the recording aspect of it, I really believe that we learn another way. which is through story. So recordings are really great if you want to tell stories that incorporate some of the things that you have to teach so that they can really embody and understand what it is that you offer. In addition to that, I think this is a great tool for bonus effects inside of any experience, which are like meditations, any kind of music or movement that you want to add into your space. And what I've really come out with through teaching this like 9 times this week is this aha came in for all of you in the workout space, which is most of your clients actually are really good at cues and really good at doing a workout. And we keep making them visuals. We keep making them videos to work out too, but the video is really sometimes hard to keep up with because we're watching for the cue versus listening for the cue. So the option here would be to create recordings with kick-ass soundtrack and be able to add the workout cues in so that they can be outside just with their earphones in and sort of create a new context for working out so that they can be in their backyard or in their living room away from family, especially right now, so that they can really plug in and plug out of their life to get their workout in. So recordings are really can be creative. So to break down the video aspect, I want everybody to really understand the platforms that are going to be easiest for you to create a course with. And one is Zoom.com, which is the platform that we're currently on. Zoom.com is, I pay for this one. It is free. You can get this for free, and it is pretty much the most important tool in my business today. So I create courses regularly for my company as a working psychic. I do most of my work on the camera now and behind the scenes and through this modality, whether it's meeting clients this way or creating courses to help other people become intuitive. Zoom.com is worth every penny to me. But what I love most about Zoom.com on the paid platform is I can record all of my videos onto their platform. So onto their cloud, so that it's not like clogging my computer all the time. And then what I can do is download what I need to so that I can then upload onto YouTube or upload onto the Teachable platform, which we'll talk more about next week. But this one's really an impactful sort of tool for learning. As you can see, we can share our screen so that you can have a beautiful PowerPoint presentation made out of this. And then as well with Zoom.com, if you want to invite in another expert to teach with you or to collaborate with you, you can create beautiful, amazing, spectacular sort of time periods together with other people and have multiple pictures, multiple people, and even be doing, you know, group lessons and group classes. So you can certainly use that as a tool to sell as well. And then as well, of course, we all have our iPhones. Now, one of the things that I think is really important to understand is that the iPhone is often held this way. The people who are making videos, we're so accustomed to holding it this way. If you hold it vertical, you're going to get those 2 black lines and you're not going to get a great video. If you just hold it horizontal and videotape yourself this way, then you get a full screen effect. And then you can really upload this to YouTube, upload it to Teachable. And you've got a really handy dandy little app on the phone that helps you edit videos on the spot. So you can shoot B-roll and you can shoot action items and you can shoot like people in a room and then edit it all together so that it looks really, really, really professional and like you hired somebody to get it done. So the iPhone is pretty much my best friend for video as well. But again, these are super easy ways and tools to create content for your course. Now, the video add-on that's most effective for me, as I mentioned, is canva.com. There is a video link that I'll be sending out today that shows you, I made you guys all a crash course in Canva so that you can learn how to use this tool really easily as well. So canva.com has a million different little templates between PowerPoint presentations and even social media so that you can create beautiful like Facebook ads and beautiful Facebook backdrops. You can use it for Instagram and Insta Story. Like they have just some of the most powerful tools for all of our social media and sales needs. So this entire program has been made out of Canva. I exchanged all the pictures that they had offered to put pictures that related to all of us. So you'll learn how to do that as well. And as I mentioned, if you're shy to the camera, if this feels like a really uncomfortable space for you, you can hide behind the camera by using PowerPoint. and never really feel like you have to show your face or be of action oriented. But here's what I want to say about the camera as well, is that somebody had mentioned the other day that they were shy on camera to the point of like, it's hard to know who you're talking to. It feels awkward, like you're just talking to thin air when you're recording. But for me, before I ever go on these things, is I sort of see all of you. I see who my client is, and I get really cozy and comfortable and up next to that person. And I imagine what it feels like to receive the information that I'm offering. So I really get clear about my client's needs, and how I can serve them. And that's my number one priority, is how can I serve my client today? What information do they need, and how am I going to get it to them? How can I get this really impactful material to them as quickly as possible in a way that they can digest? And the camera for me is a really easy utensil, but I treat this like I'm talking to people. So the best way to do this is just imagine that you are talking to your best friend, to your client directly, and that they can feel, see, and sense you right here. The workbook piece, again, this is super powerful because they can take it home with them. So even if we're in an online space, there's an option for printables. There's an option for downloadables on their end. Now, what I've personally experienced in the online world, in the online business arena, is people are really creating beautiful material, gorgeous PDFs, but their goal is that you can't print it out. And the reason is that they don't want you sharing it with your friends. They've gotten really funky about intellectual property. And so they make very little in paper anymore because they don't want you sharing it with your friends. But I feel like if we really want to make and create impact for our people, then we need to give them printable, usable material that they can have for themselves. And then we have to trust that they are in integrity with it and going to do, not going to share it necessarily. So don't give your kit and caboodle away in your workbook. Like if you're somebody who's making recipes and such, like just do a couple. Don't give all the recipes away, just a couple, so that they still have to come back for more, okay? So don't give everything away in the workbook, just enough that they feel empowered and enough that they can print it out. Don't go out of your way to make pretty paper. Just put your copyright at the bottom of Word doc. And then as well at the top of it, put your brand or logo, but don't make it anything less than utilitarian. Make it easy for them to download and print out. And again, on the recording aspect, again, if you're afraid of the camera, use the PowerPoint. The recording piece only really works if you are super bright and fun, because otherwise they're gonna just kind of zone out and not get the material that you want. I would never put really intellectual learning into a recording. It's a great place, as I mentioned, for story. It's a great place, as I mentioned, for recording meditations, recording workouts, or getting creative and recording breath work or something else. But I would not put really intellectual information. So just make this easy and fun and something that they can stick in their ears on the go for a hike and take it all in. So here's where we get to talk about what you're going to teach. So expertise is something that we all have. We all have an expertise, and most of us came by our expertise, honestly, in this regard. We decided that there was a problem in the world that we wanted to solve. And so we went to task to learn how to achieve the solution that we feel most compelled to. But what that solution is, what that expertise becomes, is the solution so that other people don't have to work as hard to get that, right? So they're coming to us because they need something easy. They need something that's really tangible and something that they can get the answer to and the solution for quicker than what it took us. Now, there are some personalities who want to know your expertise and how many pieces of paper that you have accomplished to become an expert. Most people don't give a shit. Most people just want to know, do you have the solution to my problem? So when creating a course, spend maybe 1/4 of it on your expertise. And that's really just the background of what you're teaching, why it is that you've chosen to do this, and what it feels like to be an expert in your field, right? That's it. It's really just like a teeny tiny little taste of it. They don't need that much information. The bulk of what you're teaching is going to be in the how-to arena. The bulk of what you're teaching is the empowerment piece of what you're offering them, which is the entertainment, it's the videos, it's the hands-on portion of this experience. And then last, the one fourth that I think is really most impactful is the inspirational aspect. It's that mindset piece. It's the reminder to them that they've made the best decision by signing up for your experience. By taking their time to go through these steps and stages, they're empowering themselves and making themselves feel so much better in their lives because they did this. And the more you inspire that aspect of them, like, good job, you are magnificent. And now that you know how to breathe and get yourself out of the anxiety and into your day, you're going to feel 20 times better today, and you're going to be able to go conquer the world. Now, when I hear those words, I'm like, sign me up. I want in. I want to feel good too. But if we forget that inspirational piece, they're not going to account for it. They're not going to finish it. So it's really important to congratulate and inspire throughout the experience that you offer. Just to iterate this again, an expert is someone who knows some of the worst mistakes that can be made in his or her subject and then how to avoid them. That's what we're offering them, is how to avoid some of the time that could be spent without you being at their home. The educational how-to piece is really teaching how to create something easily, even if they don't believe it's possible. And then the inspiration is, again, reminding them that what they might believe in their brain isn't true, because actually it can be easy and fun if they do it through your expertise. So here's where we get to really workshop what problems we can solve for our clients when they're not seeing us. So what that means is, even if we're not talking about Corona, because all this material is going to be here even after this time period. So we don't want to talk about what's happening in the world per se right now, but what we do want to know and understand is that this is an opportunity for us to see what it would be like for our clients when we're not around. Like, we are all super acutely aware of what our clients are experiencing when they don't get to be with us. So what we're going to do is workshop here, and we're going to write down 3 problems that your clients have if you don't make this video right now, if you don't come up with a little mini online course. What are the problems that your client is experiencing without you? Without you. If they don't have you on a Wednesday, let's say they saw you last week Thursday and they felt so good last week Thursday, but they're already reeling in their pattern by Wednesday. And they can't afford to see you as often as they want to. But here, with this little mini online experience, they can have you in their back pocket on the go, and they're going to totally be able to serve and help themselves. Okay? So what are the problems that they are experiencing? And here's just a little prompting or helping. Let's say they have an autoimmune and they've been seeing you in person for years. But problem number 2 is they're scared and they don't trust anybody else but you. And another problem is that honestly, without you, without your help, their symptoms may flare up and they may experience a setback. So sit down and write 3 problems. And once you have those, pop on and we'll talk about the problems that you are serving and solving. So just take a minute and write down those 3. Carrie, how's it going?
Okay, so here we go.
All right.
They will have anxiety and fear creeping back in.
Mm-hmm.
They will feel disconnected from their center or inner peace.
Mm-hmm.
And they will start to doubt themselves and their purpose.
I love it. Those are so perfect. So, so perfect. So I want to add to this because those are going to be the problems that you are able to articulate in sales copy. So it's like, I know that when you forget who you are and how you matter in the world, you stop breathing. And you begin to withhold your spirit from the world. Anxiety creeps back in, discomfort, comparison, doubt and fear begin to creep back in when you begin to hold your breath and hold your spirit back. In the next experience here with me, you're going to learn again how to breath work with yourself on your own and empower your space every single day, remembering your existence, remembering to breathe, remembering always to sign up for you. Does that make sense?
It's beautiful. Yes, thank you.
Yeah. So, and lucky you got it recorded. Nobody else did. So you can go back and write it down that way if you want to. So what we would do in this is we're going to move now into that solution mode, and just move to this again. So now we move into solutions, and the solutions are 3 points that you can offer them inside of your experience. So you can teach them simply, in your case, Carrie, 3 different breathwork techniques when they're feeling overwhelmed. Like I would probably pick 3 different tiers of how they feel in those problems. Like I would say like module 1 would be like how to manage anxiety. Module 2 would be how to eradicate outside world energy through breath work. And then module 3 would be just like how to settle back into you, something to that degree. And you're going to name it and claim it, but I just want to offer that as like thought process. So giving 3 different sort of ways of breath work in 3 different modules. Does that feel okay? Or does that make sense, I should say?
It does. Sorry, I had myself muted. Yeah. That's
Okay.
perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So spend a little minute and write down 3 different solutions. And what I want you to think, because you have something that's very unique and physical, wherein they are accustomed seeing you. So what I think is so remarkable about breathwork is there is some science behind it. So from a workbook perspective, putting in a little bit of the expertise, like really awakening them to this idea of breathwork, how it transitions the parasympathetic, is that right? Am I saying that correct? And how it helps with autoimmune, like really add some science in at the beginning of this. And then teach them small breath work in that first module, because this might be their first time ever even thinking that breath work's an option. And so then maybe in that second one, really embodying what breath work is and moving them into like a bigger, longer time period with the breath work, but have them journal then perhaps what comes up with them in that workbook space. And you might want a video so that you can show them what it looks like in their body, and even show them so that they're not scared when their body does contract a little bit through the experience, so that they can see what the physicality is going to look like in their body, so that they don't get scared and so that they don't feel that fear when their body starts to shift as the breath work continues. And then maybe that last module too is like, you can have that recording meditation where their breath work is something that they can have on the go anytime, that they can take with them. And that one doesn't maybe have to be as video oriented. Like you are now a master breathwork person and you've got these little 15-minute breathwork things. But if you want to go deeper and have guidance with this, then you're certainly going to want to sign up with me, right?
Yes, love it.
Cool. Awesome. So the big thing is accountability being built in the online experience. So it's one thing for us to all go out and get loads of information. It's another one to inspire them to want to do the work. So from that perspective, it's about giving them enough scientific and or expertise, again, that 1/4 expertise at the start of everything, to really let them know why this matters to them, why this is going to change their lives, how it's going to empower them. And then teaching them the how-to is great, but you want to have in the how-to an accountability piece. So whether it be that workbook of journaling or the question and answers of how do you feel after you've done this experience? How does it feel once you've participated in these pieces of your body? So for the naturopathic people who are really helping people to diagnose some of their symptoms, it might be like body scanning and how does it feel, and write down where your body hurts or what it feels like to be in that. For those of you who are doing workouts, you might ask them to honestly take a picture of themselves and put it on Facebook or social media with your hashtag, with your unique hashtag, so that that is a piece of accountability. Like you finished and accomplished the workout, now you hashtag your selfie so that we can see you and send you a gold star on social. And so you really want to build in these pieces of accountability, because information is meaningless if they're not getting results. Information is meaningless if they're not actually doing some of the work. So going online also doesn't mean that they don't need you. In these little mini courses that we're building for Nurture, what I want you guys to know is that this is a marketing tool. This is a call to action. So we're giving them a flavor of who you are, but the true accountability piece is at the end of each video or at the end of the total program that you've created for Nurture, is to say, now, you've had a flavor. You've gotten a taste of what it feels like to feel amazing because you received this empowerment tool. But if you want to continue down this path and you want to continue to thrive in this space, then you are going to want to schedule your one-to-one with me, and you guys get to choose what your call to actions are. Or if you want to create a Mac Daddy program, taking this sort of little mini version of what we're creating and make a bigger version, you could say, or you're going to want to sign up for my Mac Daddy program called blankety blank blank and learn how you can create this empowerment in your life all days, all ways. And with that, you get 5 one-to-ones with me through this Mac Daddy program for just $2,000. Okay. So, and I use $2,000 because that's what I choose to charge for my Mac Daddy program and what I do. So all I have to do is sell 2 programs a month, and I pay my Nurture rent and some of my life rent too, and then see some clients here and there. And all my life is paid for as a result of that. Does that make sense? So being able to create online programs gives us the opportunity to be making money that's in a more passive way, but as well, we can still build in one-to-one accountability and group programming accountability. So if one-to-one feels wrong, you can always say included in that is 5 group exercises that you're going to get to participate in and have a front row seat to. Does that make sense? So you get to make this whatever you want, but the accountability piece really here is me, you, us, right? We're selling them time with us, and time with us is VI motherfucking P, y'all. You want to make sure that your money, your time are really being accounted for in that, but definitely put in that call to action. So again, I'll go over this call to action because I don't think I can drive this home enough. This is a marketing tool. So make sure that you put your hashtags in there. Make sure that you put your call to action in there. Make sure that they can find you on social media. Make sure that they understand how they can work with you. If you do these marketing tools correctly, and by correctly, I mean they really know, like, trust you, and they really feel inclined to want to work with you in the future, they're going to want to know you immediately. And what's so super rad about this program and this process of what we're creating in Nurture is that if we were brick and mortar right away, it was going to take our clients months, if not years, to get to know all of us. In an online app, it could take them 5 minutes to scroll through all of us and figure out who they really want to work with. And so this is going to put Nurture in their fingertips, and Nurture on the go is going to be something that they can use in airports and on vacations, and they can share this app with their friends, and people out of state and out of country are going to be able to know you this way because of the access that they're going to have to you and what you have to offer. So do not undermine this. Do not ignore this opportunity. So that is what I have for you all today. Miss Carrie, are there any questions that I can help you with?